Hello and welcome to another Teacher's Corner. I'm Teacher Kirby, and today we're going to be talking about another free skill. It's called Destabilizing Resonance Beam. Comes in three levels. Sorry, can't speak tonight. My goodness. Three ability levels: 1, 2, and 3. So Destabilizing Resonance Beam 1 goes in a Lieutenant Bridge Officer slot. This is a science skill. You can see here it's on my science officer. Destabilizing Resonance Beam 2 goes in the Lieutenant Commander slot, and Destabilizing Resonance Beam 3 would go in a Commander Science slot. The only difference between the three is the level of the damage that is done for the duration of the resonance beam. Okay, it does last for 10 seconds, has a 1 minute and 30-second cooldown, so it is quite long. But the reason we're going over this skill, this is actually quite a gem. It's one of those things, one of those rare abilities that does two things in one. Actually, it does a few things. So the two main things that it does: one, it gives a debuff. It gives -5 all damage resistance rating per pulse to targets. Now it can pulse quite a few times. Okay. The other thing that it does is the other big thing it does is gives physical damage. So it actually does physical damage per second. In this case, base stats. I'm in systems or sector space, so it's showing the base stats: 426.3 physical damage. This is on a level 1 ability. Okay, and it lasts for 10 seconds, and it's an area of effect. So it's to all targets within a 3-kilometer radius. All right, so what does this mean? Or why is this a good thing? Well, there's a couple reasons it's a good thing. Number one, debuffs are always good. When you're trying to maximize for DPS, you want to have your primary attack paired with some kind of debuff for your target or buff for yourself. In this case, so this would be a good thing to pair with a primary attack. Second, the second reason it's good, in addition to the debuff, it does area of effect damage. Always good. Third reason this is good, it scales with particle gens. The damage that it does, the higher your exotic particle generators, the higher the damage is going to be. Okay. Fourth reason this is good. Yes, they just keep coming, folks. Fourth reason this is good is if you are running a science tune that is like my tune Baron here is a drain build, and you're running Tychon's Rift and Tachyon Beam and Energy Siphon and the like, all of those abilities trigger a radiation proc from a deteriorating secondary deflector. The Destabilizing Resonance Beam also triggers the damage from a deteriorating secondary deflector. I've seen it spike as high as 3k damage per activation of Destabilizing Resonance Beam in a short run on ISA, with the right setup, of course. So it is possible to get quite a bit of damage just out of the deteriorating secondary deflector if you pair it with that. That's if you're running a science ship that's running these other abilities as well, so that you get maximum benefit from them. The Destabilizing Resonance Beam itself gives quite a lot of damage. It can easily do 3k in a match. Really good way to pair it up. If you're using a gravity well, you can throw out the gravity well, Wait a couple seconds and then throw your destabilizing resonance beam in the middle of that, and it will hit all of those targets, and that maximizes not only the debuff that it gives, but the damage that you get from it as well. So destabilizing resonance beam, really can't say enough about it. It does, I mean, really the only drawback of it is the large cooldown, but it is really easy to get. It has a really good debuff, has a good damage proc that it gives, and it will proc with deteriorating secondary deflector, giving good amounts of damage with that as well. Now you get destabilizing resonance beam from the mission Blood of the Ancients. If you look in your journals, I will pull it up. Blood of the Ancients is under the Iconian War, and it is actually the second mission in Iconian War. And you'll see you do have to be level 56 in order to play that mission. So if you're not quite there yet, something to plan for in the future. Okay, so destabilizing resonance beam, it's a good debuff, good damage dealer, especially with psi builds. It scales because it scales with part gens, and it is easy to get. Okay, this has been Teacher's Corner. Hope you've learned something. You can hear the discussion of this Teacher's Corner live on the show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.